Hey, it's Gav from Hiking for Health and welcome to another hiking video. Today I'm at Clumber Park and here is Lime Tree Avenue, which is home to 1,296 lime trees. It's 3 miles long and is the longest in all of Europe, and it looks spectacular in the autumn. In 1939, the estate was requisitioned by the War Department and the double avenue of lime trees was used for army storage. Right, so I'm looking forward to having a walk around the lake, seeing some nice sights and hopefully finding a cafe to have a nice cup of tea at some point. Okay, join me on another history hike. Here you can see Clumber House before it was demolished, and then here was the site afterwards. So in 1709, the 3rd Duke of Newcastle was granted a licence to convert 3,000 acres of Sherwood forest into a deer park for Queen Anne. The mansion was built in 1760, but it had quite an interesting history because it suffered 2 fires. The first of which was in 1879. And the fire was so savage, it damaged the core of the building and needed extensive work to rebuild it. And then unfortunately in 1912, there was another fire which damaged the upper floors of the building. You can see behind me the stairs that led to the manor, and across the lake there's a great view of where the house would have been. So it was decided, because of high taxes and many problems to do with the house, it was decided to demolish it, and it was demolished in 1938 with many of its contents being sold the year before. And Newstead Abbey, the previous home of Lord Byron, has many outbuildings with stone used from Clumber Park to build them. So you can see here what the manor would have looked like from this path. It's fascinating to see the effects of time and how places change. So in 1946, the National Trust purchased the property and it was open to the public in the late 1950s, which we still enjoy today. So this beautiful triple arched bridge was finished in 1770, and it's situated at the west end of the lake. It's made of limestone and is a really impressive piece of architecture. In 2018, it suffered catastrophic damage when a car drove over the top of it and smashed into lots of the balustrades. It caused £500,000 worth of damage and took over 2 to 3 years to repair. I happened to be visiting Clumber at that point in 2018, and I can remember talking to a member of the National Trust about the damage and seeing the divers go in to salvage the damaged parts of the bridge that had fallen into the lake. So it's a beautiful view across the lake at what would have been Clumber Manor. It's coffee time. So the lake at the moment appears to be home to thousands of gulls. But it took a long time to build this lake. I didn't have the money to do that. Not only build yourself a huge manor house and acres of Sherwood forest at your disposal, but also I fancy a lake today. I get digging it out and putting some water in it. Makes you think about you filling your paddling pool in the summer in a different light, doesn't it? Imagine the bucketfuls you'd need to fill this lake. In the 1850s, Hardwick Village was created to home the Duke's workers, and it had a post office, a general store, even had 2 schools. Now, just round here is a National Trust kiosk, and I'm ready for something to eat, I think. Re-energised, ready for the second half of the walk. So that was nice. At the National Trust Cafe, I stopped off for a sourdough grilled sandwich. It was lovely, and they said it was sourced with all sort of homemade ingredients, so very nice. So I'm about halfway on the walk. It's about 2 degrees above freezing, and it certainly feels like it. Everybody's in hats and gloves. I tend not to wear hats too much. I put it on whilst I was eating my sandwich, but I just feel like they pop off your head. Yet to find a good one. So I'm just crossing the bridge over the lakes, and one side is totally fine, and the other side over here is completely frozen. So I wonder why that is. So here's the entrance to the Gardens of Clumber. There's a lovely array of trees in here, as they would have had them all planted. They're from all over the world. So I'm approaching the Chapel of St Mary's, which was built in the late 19th century and took 3 years to build and was finally opened in 1889. There have been 3 chapels of some form on the Clumber estate. The first one was inside the house. The second one was close to it, but apparently there were some structural problems. And this one is the third one. It was designed to look a lot larger than it actually is. The owners really wanted the prestige and the wonder of this chapel. And inside there are the altar is made of a marble which comprises of old fossils which are millions of years old. But I don't think the church is open at the moment, so I don't think I'll get to go inside it.
In 1938, in preparation for war, the Duke of Newcastle's son, Lord Lincoln, addressed residents about air raid precautions. As a result of the meeting, volunteers were recruited for vital roles in Clumber Park's defence venue, used by both troops and residents. This track, used by today's cyclists, is the site of rail tracks used during the war. Depressions in the ground show where Nellie and Churchill have been. On Clumber Park's journey from Newcastle Estate through wartime to its opening up as a public park for the nation to enjoy, Second World War graffiti reveals clues from the past.
So I've had a great day here at Clumber Park. You can't beat it. History, nature, the fresh air. I appreciate you tuning in. So thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.